All right, well, let's get a podcast going. The only way to start a podcast is with an intro song, and Evan has it.
Hit it. Oh. Is the button not working?
It's gone. It disappeared off the soundboard, and I have no idea how or why.
It disappeared. Oh, wow.
It's replaced itself with a sound effects, like the one that changes your guys' voices.
Do it. Let's start it out that way. Change your voice right now.
Okay.
I need you to just switch it up. Oh, whoa! We're just stopping here for a minute. Hold the phone.
I don't think Evan knows what's going to happen, so he presses it.
Yeah,
He's like cringing just before he's pushing it. He's like,
Yeah, we're done with that.
oh, that was sweet.
Now I
Good
get to
intro.
go back in the edit and turn that way down.
That was pretty loud.
I liked it. Make sure you turn up the volume when you listen to this thing. So
Was that the only sound effect you had?
So that wasn't even the sound effect. This board is essentially malfunctioning permanently.
Oh, good.
So I pressed the effect button.
that's good.
Only the sound effects. And
For
stuff
you
is
viewers that know IT, we are hiring. So,
So I pressed the button to make your voices change, and then the button diagonally to the right below it, which is record scratch, just triggered.
Well, good.
So
We're all about the record scratches here. So
That's good. Well, on that note, today's podcast is all about impressing Evan. So, Josh, that's our job today because we've brought up topics before, and almost everything Evan said, I don't like it. So we need to come up with some things that will impress him. That's new.
I have one word: black magic.
I'm interested. I'm listening.
See, look at this. I know the keys to his heart.
Okay, do you want to do yours first then?
I don't have anything regarding that. I just knew it to get his attention. He's like, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Black
Have you
magic.
checked out Descript, though? We were just talking about that beforehand.
I think so. I think Bryce had mentioned it.
Okay. Is
That the one that like auto cuts up
game changer, man.
shorts?
No, that one's Opus,
Opus. Okay.
Yeah.
Descript is
the future of video editing.
So you can, maybe let's open this up and talk about Descript for a second.
the one that like
So Descript, in your traditional editing format, you've got a timeline, right? You can chop up video, you can kind of overlay it. This allows you to edit video by editing the transcript.
Oh yeah.
So you're familiar with this.
I edit from transcripts often in DaVinci, but
DaVinci does it.
I don't know if this might be a more advanced way of doing it.
Yeah,
I think I know about this. now
Okay.
that you're bringing it up. Yes.
it is pretty slick. And it's we were just talking about how my background is actually video editing. My dad started his own videography studio way back in the day. So I've got you have way more editing experience than I do, but I have a lot of my background. And I was just telling him, this is like game changer, like 10x faster to edit. Like when you're editing shorts, particularly, it's amazing.
yeah.
This is what you upload the transcript.
You don't upload the transcript. So what it does, this is amazing. You take the video, you upload it. It uses AI to segment out who the listeners are. It says we've detected. You tell it there's two or three people talking.
Voice 1,
Yeah,
voice 2,
and then you can
voice
name
3.
them, and it's like it names them, and you can erase different things, and
Yeah, it's really cool. So a lot of the interactions are going to be the same as what you have in DaVinci, and now this is also in. I know it's in Premiere Pro. I don't know if it's Final Cut or any of the others, but it's fantastic for just quickly chopping things down and finding the relevant content. You know, like because you're just looking for a keyword or two. The best feature for us lately has been the speaker detection. That has been life-changing for us because we then can take the transcripts that are now encoded with who said what at what time, and we can pipe them into other tools, like ChatGPT or whatever LLM you want. And now you can create all these summaries. You can ask the AI assistant, what was this person thinking and feeling at this time? Like what was most important to them? So we're using it for that, which is fantastic. But this is what I was going to say to you, Josh, about Descript. that it's great for us because we don't spend all day already in a video editing suite.
Yeah.
But for someone like Evan, he's going to expect it to be built into DaVinci or whatever he's using, right? So it's great for us. And someone who's editing their videos on phones right now or anything like that, this is just total
Killer.
game changer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. I just edited some shorts. So I had a mentorship session yesterday with the University of Chicago in their entrepreneurship program. And I just recorded it. And I was able to, with the AI, just say, remove speaker 1. And I was speaker 2, right? So there's 2 of us. And it just removed them entirely. And it was just like me monologuing. So I was like, this is awesome.
That's
like,
Josh, it's your dream.
Powerful.
It's
You just can eliminate everyone else, and it's just you.
oh my gosh. Just like, there's so many times Bryce has caught me unintentionally listening to myself. I'll be scrolling through LinkedIn and it auto plays, and he was on a video call with me, and he's like, there's Josh, narcissistic Josh, just listening to himself all day long. I'm like, oh my gosh.
His own voice playing in the background.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
unbelievable. But so
Will it like auto when it detects those 2 voices? Will it also cut the cameras?
I don't know if it'll do that.
Because I know one. I swear I thought it was this software, or maybe it's what's built into a different software like Premiere or something. But it'll auto detect the voices, but then it'll auto detect, or it'll auto like cut.
That's pretty cool.
To the other camera, like when you assign a voice to a camera, right?
That's cool.
And so it knows
To cut over.
oh,
them.
this person's talking, let me cut over. And it'll catch like a laugh or something too.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like, yeah, it's really, really powerful. Those like little, cutaways to somebody laughing or someone like, yeah. Oh yeah, I understand. It'll like make those cuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It feels like with this artificial intelligence, it's just making every aspect, like video editing, just better, and that's pretty cool. It used to be so labor intensive. When I say so, it was like the last time I video edited, besides last night with Descript, was like, oh my gosh, 10, 15 years ago. So I'm pretty slow on the roll, but this is like game changing.
it looks like you can do multicam footage in Descript. I haven't done it, but it looks like they claim you can. I don't think
it might. Yeah,
Yeah,
that might be what I'm talking about.
it might be, but it doesn't seem like it's the easiest way to do it because it's like a 10-page guide on how to do multicam footage. So maybe don't recommend that. But before we get off of this topic, did we impress you, Evan?
With this?
Yes.
Yeah, percent. Do 1 out of 10. Like 10, you're blown your mind, and 1 is like unimpressed.
This is probably like a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, we're getting there.
'Cause
We're getting there.
It's very interesting to me, but I've heard of it.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. So
I mean,
you're.
I
it's-
appreciate it. I'm not
yeah.
trying to dismiss anything that's being brought up.
Yeah,
But I have to.
you are.
I have
It's
to,
okay.
I have to rank it fairly.
I
Can't
agree
just
with
give
that.
you guys bonus.
Yeah,
points
if you've seen it
because I'm
already,
interested.
I get it. We get knocked down. Yeah.
Okay. So do you only want to see things you haven't seen before?
No.
Let's try
Well,
and impress him. We don't know. We don't know that though.
Do you want to talk about Opus a little bit? Because have you played around with it yet?
No,
Oh,
I have not.
that
played
might be a
around.
good topic.
Okay. We can take a look at Opus.
I want to go back to Josh's point. He made a comment that it's making editing better. And I want to say, I think it's maybe making it faster. I
That's
don't know if
probably a
it's making
good-
it better.
Yeah.
It's better for the average
Joe.
person to edit, for
Yes.
sure. But I
Yes.
think it makes it better because it's faster.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not better than a person.
Yes.
And then I'm out of a job.
Well, and we were just talking about this about like Descript, in traditional long form video editing, like back in the day, I would edit hour, 2-hour things, and it's like you switch cameras. You don't do quick cuts like back, forth. Well, with shorts, you do. And so we were just talking about that. And that's Descript, I feel like, is really helpful there.
Yeah. I think that's a good call out, though. It's not necessarily making it better. It does make it a lot faster.
Makes it more accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely. Okay. So now we will look at Opus Pro. So Josh, have you used it yet?
I haven't used Opus, so this is new to me.
All right. Well, it's super simple to use. So at high level, Opus, what it does is you can upload long form videos, and then it's going to use AI, they say, to detect the most interesting moments, chop those up into clips for you, and then it will apply some branding to it. So you can have like your logo watermarked in there. You could have captions automatically added. They also recently have added B-roll. I used the B-roll feature. It did not work well for me, but maybe it'd work better for some other people with different topics, or maybe people with lower standards. I don't know. But you can upload a link to a YouTube video, or upload the file yourself. So I will pause there.
It says powered by OpenAI, so I'm assuming it really is like ChatGPT behind the scenes. Are you using like your key, like your own account? It's okay. It's their account. Okay.
Yep, it's their account, and you pay per. It's a usage based plan, so you are going to pay for amount of hours or minutes of video edited. But it's pretty affordable. You're going to make these clips for less than $1 a clip, and it works out pretty well. So. What's your first reaction to that, or what questions do you have about it, Evan?
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is crazy. This is like
This is magic.
Well, this technology,
It's black magic.
Wild. Yeah, it's crazy. What it like even on the intro video there, you can see it's taking 3 different parts. It decides what's interesting, which is crazy. If it's accurate, and it does in fact grab the most interesting parts, do you have to tell it anything about what the podcast's about, or it's just like,
Nope.
no, this is what people would find most interesting?
Yep. You want to see how it works? So we could take a YouTube link, Google Drive link, or upload a video. You paste it in, and then it will. Maybe I should grab a video really quick. Maybe I'll grab one of our own videos. This seems probably the best way to go.
So Bryce and I were talking about the hardest part with like these shorts is finding those hooks, right, and assembling it, because it's
absolutely.
like that seems like a very strategic marketing exercise of like, okay, that's going to draw an audience member, and you kind of have to be watching for those. So that, like you just said, that would be very impressive if it took like a really good hook and then threw it in the front.
Yeah, that's like the hardest part. There's multiple times when I'm editing. I don't know how well this would work for longer form videos. Like there are times when I'm editing interviews for a company, and they don't have a direct vision, and they're just kind of like, oh, you create the story with this 41 person, right?
Yes.
40-minute interview, one person. Let's make it a 2-minute video. Yeah. So like I have to watch, the whole video and decide what I think people are going to be interested in about the company.
Yeah.
So if like something like this, I can upload it and it'll tell me what people will find interesting about the company. That would be a massive time saver, because sometimes I have, they want 4 different people in their video, each interview 40 plus minutes.
Oof.
Listening to all their interviews, 2 hours of interviews to find
The gold nugget.
like 5 comments maybe that equal 1.5 minutes, 2 minute worth of video. Massive time saver.
Yeah.
If this works well with long form.
It does. So you would take a YouTube video link, in this case, taking a Mr. Beast video. Then you select your brand template that you want to use. The default brand template works pretty well, but you might want to change the fonts or the emoji style or anything with that. Then you select the portion of the video that you want to clip. So for example, with our videos, we have an intro, like for Venture Unscripted Podcast, there's an intro, there's an outro. Don't waste my processing time on that.
Right.
Let's get to the meat of it. So I will typically chop that off. But if you knew that there was even smaller part that you cared about, you could narrow it in even more. Then preferred clip length. So in our situation, Josh, we care about social shorts. They're going to be less than 60 seconds. So we are looking at 30-second clips, 30 to 60-second clips. But Evan, for you, you might want to try to pull out a 3-minute clip and just to get you in the right area, and then you're going to do your editing from there. You can select specific keywords if you wanted to. So if you know that the client cares a lot about sustainability, they want to make sure the word sustainability is in the final product, you'll be like, okay, I'm going to make sure, let's look for things that talk about that or related to that. So you can drop those in. Or you can give it no guidance at all, and you're totally fine. Then you click Get Clips in one click, and it takes a few minutes to actually process it, and they'll email you when it's ready. But then you will have all your clips generated for you. I'm not going to waste our credits on a Mr. Beast video, although a lot of people are doing that now. That's like a side hustle hack thing that people are doing, is just take all these YouTubers that are out there creating content, drop their videos into here, create these shorts. You can one-click post it to YouTube, to TikTok from here. It just gets scheduled out. So you could make 50 clips from a video and just have it all auto-scheduled to go out. And now you're making money with all the views. So this is one that I had uploaded before, and it create these clips. It also gives you a viral score, just a quality score of the video.
This is gonna blow up.
Yeah. It's this one. Yeah, this clip, because it's 99 score. It could not be better. I think I did end up posting this one actually, because I favored
99 scores.
I know, it's incredible.
How'd they rank that?
It tells you.
Bryce's face.
Yeah, just anytime my face is in it, 99. No, it says it grabs the viewer's attention with a frustrated and curious hook.
Hit the play. Hit the play. I want to actually hear, is it actually accurate?
I don't know if the sound will play through here or not. Yeah, you got no sound, but you can see the transcript right below. So I started by saying, so that's what's frustrating for me, is I feel like ChatGPT should have been here for a little while, this type of conversational experience, blah, blah, blah. So it's coming out with a strong statement. It's probably detecting inflection in the voice and all that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can go in, and let's say you didn't like where it started or ended, or you want to clip something out, just like in Descript, like we walked through that.
Yeah.
You can, chop out some of the words. It's not as good as Descript. So, what I was doing when I first started editing clips was I'd actually come here first and get a bunch of clips generated for me, get me in the right area. Then I would take them into either CapCut or into Descript and then edit them further. So, yeah, you can edit it.
So when it's when it's done and it's picked the best content, what do you get? Is it this, what we're looking at right there? Like, this is what it gives you?
You get a video file, right?
Yeah, I can download this.
Okay, so it does give you the video.
Yep, or I can schedule it to go out on social media.
Okay, so I'm thinking for, I upload a long interview where
You just download it.
I wouldn't want to download it because you would lose.
Oh, you want the
quality.
cuts, yeah.
So I would just want the transcript, I guess, because I can search the transcript in DaVinci, find the part that it's talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's what I was doing originally.
Yeah.
I would see which part of the conversation this thought was interesting, and then I'd go over to Descript, find it in there, or go into Premiere Pro, find it in there.
Okay.
CapCut, find it in there. Yeah. So that's what I just use this to like get you in the area. This is like a bird dog for you, just kind of sniffing the trail. So it's pretty cool. Sometimes it creates not so good ones, but I mean, look at all these clips.
So the only thing, I would imagine it doesn't do this, but I'm curious of like how it finds the hooks. Like what criteria is it using? Because what would be really cool is if it closed the loop and somehow drew in the virality of like each of the videos, like how many posts, like comments, like liked comments, and then it could learn, as it goes, like that worked, that didn't, and then it like the hooks improve over time.
Yeah, that'd be really good, because right now I'm sure it's using some kind of AI model to understand that this is an interesting statement by the person, but it's not an indication that it will go viral on social media.
Right.
Yeah, get that feedback loop. I think that's awesome. I have noticed that it likes to pick up videos right after a question is asked. So if you ask a question and I answer, then it's going to pick up right from me answering. It detects that. It also detects like big swings in volume. So, yeah.
Nice.
All right, Evan. Are you
Scale of 1 to
impressed?
10. What's this?
Score? I mean, this one's like an 8 or a 9.
Oh,
I mean, it's very impressive.
we might be done.
It's just the fact that you can upload something and then click a button
Yeah.
and then
Push the
and then
record
upload.
scratch right now. Record scratch it, man. What?
You didn't even have to press it.
I literally didn't even press it. It just went off again. It's crazy.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
All right, we did it. Okay, man, we got to keep working
Let's
our
get
way
to a
up,
10.
though.
Let's get to a 10.
Okay,
I don't know if we could get better than that though. That's the problem.
I know. I have one more awesome thing, but it's not directly related to your workflow, so I don't know if it's going to be a 10 out of 10 for you. It's pretty amazing, though, in my opinion.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm open-minded.
And Josh, I definitely want your reaction on this too. And I don't have a bunch of videos already selected for this, but have you heard of KREA?
No,
Okay, so this is a generative AI tool that creates
not the country.
Korea. No, not.
Korea, not Korea.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yep. No, this is a AI tool generating video through very simple shapes. And like, check out this video. I'll make it a little bit bigger for us. On the left-hand side is the input that the user is giving. And the right-hand side, these images are being generated. And I think it also will make videos for you. But this is real time. Like, there's no delay. You're not waiting for it to spit something back at you. You can give it a prompt, just draw with crude shapes, and it makes photos and videos.
Trying to think of the application for this. What do you think? What do you think, Evan, the application for this? he's like totally baffled. He's like, I don't really know.
I have no idea, but it is
It's
really
interesting, right?
cool.
That would be the word I would
really
use.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have some ideas.
if you need a shot for a video, I guess I'm thinking about my workflow again. But it's like, oh, I wish I had this shot. Maybe this could work for it. I mean, the final product of this frog on a mushroom is right there.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know. I like the left side a little bit better. That looks a little bit more photorealistic.
This is like the what I asked for versus what I got. It's just the opposite of it. But yeah, so that's what I think of, like B-roll situations, you know. But really, this is like an extra layer of input when you are trying to generate something with AI. So rather than just doing a written prompt that I want a frog on a mushroom, you can influence it with off this crude sketch as well. And there's another video, I'll try to find it, where they're creating a scene where there's a subject in the middle, they're out in a plain of, like out in a meadow, and then there's a sun. And then you move the sun around, and it's changing how the light is landing on that individual. So,
Oh,
yeah.
It's pretty
that's
impressive.
really cool.
Yeah.
I can see this being used for maybe like storyboarding,
Yeah.
pre-production for TV and movie. The
Wow.
director or the cinematographer or
This
can
is
show like, this is what I want it to look like.
this is how they made the Transformer movies, I think.
But even this prompt is interesting. Like, I imagine, like you're saying, like working with a client, and the client is coming to you with just words, right? They can't storyboard themselves.
Yeah.
So if you look at the prompt on this one, I think it said it was an abandoned robot in a jungle. So you have a client, that's what it says. An abandoned robot in a jungle, plants and flowers growing in its abandoned body, vines and cables intertwined. Like, you have a client coming to you and saying, I want to visualize a robot in a jungle. You're like, where do I even start?
Yeah.
And so
It's a very common request.
yeah, you get this request 10 times a week. So good. But I think there's a lot of power in that.
Yeah.
Right? Just being able to.
Oh yeah,
quickly generate.
just visualizing your ideas. Putting, you think you got a cool idea, draw it up like this, and then you can like communicate it to people.
Yeah.
So much easier.
You could create some compelling like comic books.
Oh,
You know what I
just
mean?
I mean, AI art.
Yeah.
Is like a genre.
For sure.
People selling their AI art now.
Now my stick figures will actually make money. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's there's someone else who's using a technology similar to this to create characters for their book, and then they create the character in whatever tool. Then they come over to a tool like this and they prompt, like, now the character is flying or the character is jumping up and down. So maybe this tool is only for photo, but there's another tool that can do video generation. So I don't know. I think it's pretty incredible.
Cool. Yeah, I remember seeing there was a tool that it was like they were showing an example of like a stormtrooper on a beach, and it was just AI generated video, and it was actually pretty good. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah. Another thing that came to mind with that thing is like animators.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, that's true.
Could like use it just to like set their character in a scene.
Yeah.
Know what it looks like. I mean, animators don't need any help drawing,
No.
obviously, but just to get like a rough idea.
Yes.
I just see it being super, super useful for like pre-production phases, early phases of ideas.
Yeah.
To be used to
Rough sketches that are a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help visualize it.
Yep.
For sure.
Have you guys seen the Fractal Knot? I think he's on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
I have not
What
seen
he's
Fractal
generating.
Knot.
Okay, I'm going to share these with you guys.
Is it AI? Is it AI art?
It is. It's AI generated, but he's telling I don't even know who this is behind it, but this person is telling whole stories about this science fiction world or universe where all these plants are sentient, and they have all these like wars between broccoli and carrots. Like carrots are taking the carotenoids, they call them, are taking over the universe.
Of course.
Yeah, but he's generating. I'll just play one of the videos here.
He's generating videos with them.
He's generating videos, and then my favorite part is the voice over it. Unfortunately, you guys can't hear it. I don't think it's.
Is it AI generated voice too?
I think so. And so I think he's writing the script and then piping it into an AI generated voice.
Cauliflower tree.
Yes. And look at these, because right now you can create 3-second, 5-second videos, no problem with AI. Longer stuff is more difficult. So he's just slicing together these little clips to put together a longer narrative. And I am on the edge of my seat watching every one of these. They're so cool. And this guy's now building it out into like long form videos and all that. He's creating a whole universe.
I will never eat my vegetables the same way.
Especially when you know carrots are such jerks.
And the broccoli is massive.
I wonder if they put in like the Hulk. If the Hulk was broccoli.
Yeah, seriously. Broccoli is pretty swole, you know?
Yep. Well, he was one of the last guards of the great cauliflower tree.
Yeah.
After the carotenoids invaded. And anyways, I don't want to get you lost in the lore. Enjoy it on your own. But
that is really cool.
Isn't that cool? Like, I don't know what
it's so creative,
isn't it?
Too. Like,
I don't know what this individual's skill set was before. Maybe they were already making incredible animated videos, but maybe they weren't.
Maybe they were just stories.
Maybe they were stories. Yep.
This is like my favorite kind of use for AI.
Isn't that cool?
When people just like people saying, will AI replace, video editors, filmmakers? It's like, I don't necessarily think so, but I think some really cool storytellers can use AI like
a new
this.
genre.
Yeah. Can use AI just like this person is. They have a really cool story that they wanted to tell. They didn't have the means to make it anyway else.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it clearly it's popular. It has a following. And
how long do you think it'll be till we actually get like a feature film in the theater that's all AI?
In the theaters is a tough ask.
Yeah.
I think online, I don't think it'll be too long.
Yeah.
But to get people to come to a theater and sit down and watch that is a very tough ask. I think.
I feel like that's not. I mean, eventually, yeah, I think you're right. But like in my mind, is it the same leap between when they invented like cartoons? You know what I mean? Like that leap over from Walt Disney started like messing around with like, hey, we could actually animate this, and and then we went to 3D, right? Pixar brought us all these cool like Toy Story, and it's like, is that the next frontier of like AI generated stuff?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, cartoons have been around for, almost as long as
For a while.
movies.
Yeah.
Not obviously not as long, but when was the first like Disney movie? Was it Snow White in like the
I think
30s, 40s?
I think it was they developed the character of
The first Disney movie. at least.
1937 was Snow White.
That's the first one.
but didn't they develop the character of
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. That was earlier, I think, right?
1928.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's.
It's nuts.
I mean, just movies were such a new thing
Yeah.
in general when they started, and then I mean, animation didn't come too long after.
Yeah.
So maybe that made it an easier adoption.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know if there's like the mental thought of like someone made this, someone drew this that makes it more attainable and to easy to understand versus a computer made this,
Right.
AI made this. I don't know. Maybe that is harder for people to grasp,
But I still think if let's just say AI generated came to the theaters, there'd have to be people just like using the tool like that. I feel like it would just be different tools that humans would be using to create that. Like prompt engineers, all sorts of people. Like the credits would be like prompt engineers, and it'd be like, visual like AI generators, so it'd be crazy.
Right. I don't know how much AI is already being used in CGI, right? Like they're not a lot of, I think I don't know, you know that space better than I do, Evan, but I imagine not everything is being constructed from the ground up. They're reusing elements and applying them in certain ways. Like the machine, the computer is already doing a lot of the heavy lifting with CGI. So there could be an AI assisted movie out there right now and we wouldn't know. But I think what you're saying is like, if there was a movie that came out where the tagline or the main
Characters, like everything was like
everyone
generated.
knows that this movie was made from the ground up with AI.
Yes.
And I think you'd have to have a really small team making it for people to support it. Because I don't think it'd be cost effective to go out and do an purely AI generated movie versus going and hiring animators and CGI people, all the visual effects people.
don't know.
Like, I think if you're making a Hollywood movie, you just pay the bodies to do it, and they can come up with all these artificial worlds just fine. Maybe they use AI to seed some of the thoughts, but yeah, I don't think I just think it would be a small team that people are rallying behind that small team and love that team and would go see that movie.
So let's just take the guy. What was the guy's name? Knot something or
The Fractal Knot.
Fractal Knot. Let's take him as an example. Let's say he posted on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Would you support that? Mm-hmm. I would too. I'd be like,
think so.
I would want to see that. So Fractal Knot, if you're listening, go and make a Kickstarter. You already have 3 people supporting you. I'll go see it.
That should be enough.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Have you seen Alita Battle Angel? Have you heard of that movie?
No.
That one, that's close to, I don't know. Well, I don't know how close it is, but that's what comes to mind when I think of like main characters, AI kind of uncanny valley a little.
Okay.
If Bryce looks it up here, it's like they had an actress and she acted the whole movie out, but she did it, with all the motion tracking and like
sure.
a headset with a camera looking at her because her whole character is actually slightly CGI'd a little.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I've seen some behind the scenes footage of her acting out, just her scenes with all of this gear on.
So that's the actress there.
So it's very close to her, but it's
Not exactly.
because I think she's
Her eyes are quite a bit bigger in the, I was like a little bit, actually quite a bit. Interesting. There's also elements of, we've all seen the 3D movies of you have the hair that is like when it's 3D, it has to move a certain direction with like the wind and stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of that there.
like Aquaman when they're in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
This
This
is supposed
is-
to be behind the scenes.
I know it's nothing like new using this kind of technology, but I don't know. It was really cool to see.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she acted like acted out completely normal, you know.
I know they do this for a reason, but it seems like so much extra work to do it this
It
way,
does
rather
seem a
than
lot of
just
work.
purely animate it or.
Well, I
do
think that's the
live
thing.
action.
You get like a human aspect to it instead of fully CG. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
There's human facial tweaks and movements that I don't think are easily recreated with CGI. Also, when you use a model or an actress, you get all of the natural lighting that is hitting the actress in the scene at the moment, which contributes a lot to what makes CGI look good versus what CGI looks bad.
Yeah.
If the lighting doesn't fit, it immediately feels very artificial.
Yeah.
And it's something you don't really think about. It's just something that we naturally process, you know? So when the lighting is bad, it
Messes.
looks looks very bad. I watch this one YouTube channel, Corridor Crew. You heard of them by chance?
No.
No.
They're like VFX artists. And a lot of what they talk about is, you know, good versus bad CGI in movies. That's like a whole series they
Thing.
have. And a lot of the times the bad CGI that they watch and they critique is like, you know, an explosion goes off over here, but this side of their face is lit. I'll explain it for the podcast. It's if there's an explosion that goes off on the right side of the screen,
The
but
opposite
the
side.
left side of their face is what's
Lit up.
lit up. It's like,
Yep.
Doesn't make sense.
obviously they're not there. You know, it's very easy to tell that they're not in that scene at that
Yes.
moment. So
All right, Evan, got to bring you back to KREA, though.
Well,
we need your
yeah.
rating for this tool.
Oh, this is, you know, I'm not going to give out 10s very easily.
Okay.
So, but this is like a 9.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean,
This is better than Opus?
It's really, really cool. Don't you think?
I think it's cool.
It's so useful in so many different ways for so many different people.
I thought for sure that you were going to rank it lower because you wouldn't have an immediate use for it.
That's what I
Which is
thought,
why
too.
you've knocked down the human AI pin, some of these other things that we've talked
A
about.
human AI pin is it's not going to work out. I think there's a consensus about that.
So, talking about that for a second, the human AI pin.
Sorry, it's humane. I messed it up.
humane.
I said human. It's humane.
Okay, humane.
Yep.
Talk about humane. I didn't realize that Sam Altman is an investor in it. Did you
really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So, interesting fact. I was like, oh, cool, nice.
Okay.
Did
Well, yeah.
Sam Altman get hired back?
He
Did
did.
you hear all about that?
Oh yeah,
Fired,
It was
then hired?
It was a great disastrous moment. Yeah.
What's good? Do you guys know anything? I only
Yeah.
heard that he got fired, then hired. But you guys know a lot more about that world.
We probably should have prepared just like the whole timeline of events, and we could just done a podcast on everything that happened
Everything.
in that week. But I mean, the high level is he got ousted, and no one's saying exactly why he was
Okay.
ousted. Some people say because he's investing in another company, a hardware company, and he didn't disclose it to the board. Other people are saying because OpenAI discovered some like the sentient type of AI,
Of
and
course, that's a
self-aware.
It's like
and so-
Q asterisk. That was
Yeah.
like a code name for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sam Altman was hiding it from the board and all.
Musk
all that.
is on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he? Like-
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
He thinks that's what's happened.
Yeah. So
A
they're.
sentient AI.
Yeah, like a breakthrough in AI technology. That's like,
And he's hiding it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then other people are saying that's because Sam Altman just wants to go fast, break things, and really they should be going slow and be more methodical. So, anyways, he gets ousted, and then the whole company, the employees say, if Sam's gone, I'm gone. So all these employees are going to walk, and they say, hey board, you all have to resign and bring Sam Altman back, or we walk, and you have to do this by 5 p.m. And so then Sam Altman gets invited back into the building, and there's a picture of it and of him with a guest badge, and it's kind of funny. And so then they're negotiating, but the negotiations don't work out. But is there anything you want to say about that?
I was just going to say the big winner in this is Microsoft CEO.
Yeah.
He killed it because Sam left, right? He got ousted. Then Nadella was like, come work at Microsoft. And he said this to the entire OpenAI company when they all said that they were going to leave. He's like, we got jobs for all, yo. And then,
He's going to hire the whole
he was
team.
going to hire the entire team. Cheapest acquisition in history, if that were to happen. You know, so it was like such a smart move.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, Satya says, yeah, you all come over here, brings in Sam Altman, also the board member that was fired along with Sam Altman, brings them in to Microsoft, but then that's not going to work out. More negotiations happen. A couple of the OpenAI board members step down. Sam Altman eventually goes back to OpenAI. I think the board member that's fired goes back, and now order has been restored at
For now.
OpenAI. For
Okay.
now, yeah.
but there's predictions that, or indications that people think that there's now instability in there, and it's already affected their bottom line of like people's trust in OpenAI. So,
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
If there's rumors of them keeping anything, that's going to scare a lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah. And also think about from a consumer standpoint or a developer standpoint, like I want to build my company on OpenAI technology. Am I going to do that if I think that at any moment the whole company could walk, all the employees will leave and quit, right? Like I can't depend on that. So now I'm going to look at other options. I think it's interesting. I thought for sure that Microsoft was just going to absorb everything with OpenAI and then say to the world, listen, we're stable, we're sure, don't worry about it, everything's going to be okay. And then Sam Altman has a path to be the Microsoft CEO in a few years when Satya retires. But no, I don't know. We'll see what plays out. There's probably a lot behind the scenes. But have you ever seen the org chart or the governance structure for OpenAI?
It is the most bizarre company I've seen. I mean, because
it's got to be.
it's a nonprofit, and then but it owns a for-profit company, but it's capped in its profits. So it's like the structure of it is like really weird.
Yeah, I'll show you. So this is not a good way to structure your company because you don't know who controls what. There shouldn't be all these dotted lines. There's 4 different holding companies involved in this too. So it's just a mess. It's just not clear who owns and controls what. So I think that's part of the mess here too, is like you kick out Sam Altman. Can you even do it? Who knows? What's the authority here? So I do not recommend this to anyone if they're going to start. I like this tagline here: when ownership innovation. You don't want to have innovation in your ownership structure of your company. Like, keep it simple.
Keep it very simple.
Yep. So that's that. It was exciting to watch, though.
You know what they should have done is they should have just asked ChatGPT how do they structure their company.
There was a really funny tweet about that. Someone, like, people were going through the whole scenario with OpenAI and putting it into ChatGPT and saying, like, hey, I just fired my CEO of my tech startup. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? And then ChatGPT is just responding like, no, you should never do that. And like all the things that happens, like you would never ever do what you just did. So it was pretty good.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're running out of time here. Any closing thoughts from either of you guys before we wrap it?
So I think the highest point we got was a 9 out of Evan. Is that right, Evan? We got you to a 9.
Yes.
What would make it a 10?
I wasn't prepared to come in here and start rating things because personally I'd like to set up a rating structure. I'm already regretting the ratings that I've been giving out today because I feel like you're going to come in with some stuff that's better, and then what if something's better than that?
We could go over a 10.
I've already
it could
given
it could expand to like a 15 or something.
We might have to.
Yeah, we might have to expand the scale.
If I've already given a 9, like
there's no room.
It's got to be like that one's got to be way better. And then what if something's better than that?
Yeah.
Oh, you can go to like 9.1.
Yeah, we can do decimals now.
I could do decimals.
Then we'll have to go to like 0.00, the 100th, decimal. We could do that. Yeah.
All right, I can go to decimals. That's fine.
See? Perfect.
Okay. Well,
It's got to be to 9 now.
Pretty soon your scale will be between 9 and 10. What would you rate?
Yeah, right. I'm very interested in a lot of AI technology anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't do a lot of research into it. But you guys do, so I'm anticipating a lot of really cool ideas to come through here. So
using your current rating system, which we acknowledge will change over time, what was your rating for humane AI, the PIN? What would you give that?
the PIN,
I'm expecting a negative score.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
don't
to be
know.
less than 6.
It just seems so useless. I hate to be such a hater on it, but like I think I brought it up. It's like you got to retrain yourself
Yeah.
of like how you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
And is it even better? Like the screen, we talked about the screen. It's small and it's laser, and we don't know how good it's going to show up on things.
Yep. So what's the number?
What did I give? I gave a 6.
You gave a 6. That was the lowest score you gave today.
And that was to Descript?
That was to
Descript.
But that's not because wasn't cool though. It's because I'd seen it.
Oh, okay. Negative points because you've
This
seen
I
it.
think is
You didn't see it, but
like
it sucks.
like a 4,
Oh,
like a 3
woof.
or a 4.
Man.
Wow.
I mean, I don't. Am I in the minority thinking that this AI pin is not very useful?
I think it's cool and innovative. I'm in the boat of like I think what you just stated, which is like I don't know on the adoption side. I'm more about how is it going to be received by someone on the other end, because you have to push the button. It's got a camera on it. It's like, so that's where I'm a little bit hazy on the human interaction side when we're interacting with someone else. But like the functionality of it, if it's ChatGPT, it's pretty cool. I mean, I just get negative down docked some points because of that human interaction point.
Okay, well, why don't we all rate it then, so that I'm not the only one.
Yeah, what would
rating
you
it?
rate
Nah,
it?
not
Bryce,
rating.
Bryce,
This
you're
is just Evan rating.
What?
Yeah, I like the idea of
Just
just
so I'm the only
an
one who gets
Evan,
flamed?
just like an Evan rating system. You and I have gone deep on what we think is good or bad
true.
about it. I've said I would purchase the product, so I'm generally in favor of it. But I like the idea of I want to have a chart of all things that Evan has ever rated, and I just want to
great.
see.
Oh, that would be good. I like that.
Right now, KREA AI is at the top. It's
I
at
know.
a 9.
I'm telling you, I'm already regretting it.
Okay.
I've given a lot of different ideas. Now I'm the only one though who's like, now the comments, the only person who gets like, I disagree with that
You
rating.
totally put
There's
yourself
only one
out there,
person.
man. Yeah,
Only one person
You're gonna get
who's making
canceled.
the
I can tell
ratings.
you right now. Yeah.
It's so good. Well, yeah, and we'll give you some grace. This is like your first impression rating of something.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then we can let you get hands-on with things, and you can rate it again.
Yeah.
And I agree with the pin. It has a high potential to flop, and so I am excited about it. I think you have to give it a high first impression score because they are trying something new. But yeah, hands-on with it, you could say it's probably good chance it's just is not worth it. And I think you're already thinking about if this is in my possession. What would I do with
Plus,
it?
Yeah.
we can always give it an EAS after the fact, an Evan adjusted score. So like we
It
can.
might need that.
Yeah, we've got some equation we apply to anything you rate. We're like, okay, that's actually a 4. So
I wonder if over time, if Evan just biases towards lower ratings or more, like we have to adjust it, this Evan inflation. But all right, well, we do have to get out of here. So Josh, thank you.
It's fun.
We're done here. Evan, thank you. Play the outro music, Evan.
all right, yep, there we go. Little scratch.
Well, all right, thanks, guys.